Just by the very nature that most areas aren't urban, so many times these strong tornadoes will hit, and we don't get that many EF2s, especially in an urban area like Greensboro, like Raleigh 8 years ago today, and Fayetteville too. But we're at Hampton Elementary School on the east side of Greensboro, and the mobile units here destroyed. It's so fortunate that kids were out of school yesterday when that tornado hit. Look at the basketball goal there. It's not broken off, it's bent over by the winds, 135-mile-per-hour winds, and you see the foam from the insulation there blown against the trees from the mobile units here, the mobile classrooms. This is one of the 3 schools in Greensboro that will not be reopening this year. The kids will have to go elsewhere, but just again, really fortunate that the kids weren't here when this hit. The protocol is for the kids to go indoors, of course, to the main building, which suffered some damage but is still standing, but they only had a few seconds warning with this, or at least up to a minute. We're going to get confirmation on that, but again, just a miracle nobody was was hurt. There were injuries, there was that fatality, but we've got some aerial shots there. You see of Greensboro, you see the widespread destruction, this tornado hitting an urban area. Governor Cooper out talking to some of the victims today, offering assistance, comforting them, and they were glad to see him and folks trying to get things back to normal today, at least start the process of rebuilding, getting their lives back in order. We did talk with the National Weather Service, Nick Petro from the National Weather Service in Raleigh. They did their survey, and a couple of things came together to make this storm especially bad for Greensboro.
This one was incredibly wide, and when you put a wide tornado is bad, but when you put a wide tornado over in an urban area, the amount of destruction just goes up a lot.
And again, we're right at that point where the destruction was at its peak, at least in parts of Greensboro. You see again that there were actually 2 units here, and both of them destroyed. The kids, again, will not be coming back to this school this year. They're going to other schools around Guilford County. And again, folks just trying to get things back to normal, but it's going to be a long process. It's 8 years ago today that the massive outbreak hit all of central and eastern North Carolina, including Raleigh, including Fayetteville, the Sanford-Raleigh tornado. There were 30 tornadoes that day and 24 fatalities. It wasn't that bad yesterday, but for the folks in Greensboro, it was just as bad. Live in Greensboro now, Chris Hohmann, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.